Well, the day is finally here. Before we get started, I'd just like to take a second to admire this beautiful bride and groom. Lexi, you look absolutely amazing. And Kevin, you look great, my man. Friends and family of Lexi and Kevin, welcome and thank you for being here with us today. I know many of you traveled near and far to be here. Many folks from Ohio, some from Wisconsin and Washington. But as for me, folks, I just flew in from LA, and boy, are my arms tired.
As you all know, Lexi's friendship is such an incredible gift, and I can't believe that I have the honor of being the recipient of that gift for longer than I can remember. It's very surreal, and it's one of my biggest honors of my life to stand next to you today. A day that we've been dreaming about since we were kids. I've always had this weird feeling, maybe it's like a hope, that I would know the second that I met Lexi's future husband, that this was the guy, that this was the one. And I felt like I knew her so well that I would know when I met her person. But the older we got, I never got that feeling. And years passed and I started to think maybe that was kind of silly. How would I know? But then she introduced me to Kevin. And I can't even explain it. It's like, I just knew. It was literally like time stopped. And I knew this is the man that she's gonna marry. He's here at last. And I could just see, like in that moment, literally see into the future. And I knew it was him. This is my best friend's best friend.
Today's a celebration of love, of commitment, of friendship, of family, and of two people who are in it forever, Lexi and Kevin. Lexi and Kevin, today is not the beginning of a new relationship, but an acknowledgement of the next chapter in your lives together.
So, now I get to tell all the fun stories. We're driving up I-35, headed to Fort Worth. Lexi's in a car seat. Okay, that's how small she is. We get to Burleson, Texas, and there's the golden arches of McDonald's. And from her car seat, she starts screaming, "French fry, French fry, French fry." I never thought her third and fourth word was gonna be French fry. Fast forward a few more years, and Lexi and I are living together, and I had the privilege of daddy-daughter date night every week. I would go to Panda Express, I would get the orange chicken for us, and we would sit down to watch the latest episode of Survivor. That was our daddy-daughter date night. I consider myself a very blessed man. I was blessed with 4 beautiful daughters to start off with. And I thought God was done with me right there, but he had bigger plans. I was blessed with a 5th daughter and my first son. I was still being blessed more because I got a 2nd son in Kyle, and today I have a 3rd son in Kevin. I can tell you right now, Kevin, every ounce that you give to Lexi, she will return 100-fold to you. So, take good care of my baby girl.
You now have spent years getting to know one another. As kids growing up in Ohio, to when you reconnected as adults in South Carolina. And now, we bear witness to what your relationship has become. Marriage is going to expand you as individuals, define you as a couple, and deepen your love for one another. To be successful, you will need compassion, appreciation, understanding, and most importantly, the continued acknowledgement of the commitment you are making to one another here today.
Kevin, I think everyone can agree this was a long time coming. Who knew a jar of pickles and a sweet love note would spark the beginning of the sweetest love story? Life could have taken us anywhere, but it brought us together, and for that, I'm so grateful. When I look at you, I see our love over the years. I see the sweet, fun-loving boy I met when I was 14. I see the adventurous guy who was my hometown wedding date. I promise to always choose you because you are my home. I can't wait to continue writing chapters of our love story together. I'm choosing you today, I will choose you tomorrow, and I'll choose you for the rest of my life. I love you.
Happiness in a marriage isn't something that just happens. A good marriage must be created. In the art of marriage, the little things are the big things. It is never being too old to hold hands, is remembering to say I love you at least once a day, and is never going to sleep angry. It is at no time taking the other for granted. The courtship shall end with the honeymoon, but it should continue through all the years. It is finding room in which for the things of the spirit, and it is establishing in a relationship in which independence is equal, dependence is mutual, and obligation is reciprocal. It is not only marrying the right partner, it is being the right partner. It is discovering what marriage can be at its best.
And she followed her heart across the country several times over the course of her life, writing her own story and giving herself the freedom to explore what calls to her as she grows and changes. I remember how bad that it hurt hearing that Lexi was moving away from Texas. It broke Sarah and I's heart. But I'm so incredibly grateful that she did move, because it was in Ohio that she met Kevin, the love of her life.
I was nervous for her when she told me she was moving across the country to South Carolina after only a month or so of dating, but it could not have worked out better for her. I could not be more excited for her to have found the man of her dreams who won her over with a jar of pickles in the mail. Kevin is so sweet to her and supportive of her dreams. She couldn't ask for a better man to spend the rest of her life with. To Lexi and Kevin.
Lexi, you are truly the best thing that has ever happened to me. Your love inspires me to be my best in ways that I only once dreamed of. You're my best friend, the most amazing dog mom, and most stunning woman I've ever met. I love the way you light up when you're searching for your gifts for all your family and friends on their special occasions. And I know how much of a pain I am when it comes to gifts, but your love and your drive to build our life together is the best gift you could ever give to me. I love how close you are with your family and your brothers and your sisters and how much you all support each other. I always think about the memories we had together in high school. Taylor and Brittany always being our watch out, our lookout dogs. I gave you a fish ring that you wore every single day. I think that it still makes me laugh because I think your mom and your sisters wore it for quite some time amongst the years of us getting back together. It's hard to believe that today I actually get to give you a real ring and bring our families together. I couldn't be more excited to start our own little family, you, me, the dogs, little Bentley, big Bentley, and maybe if we're lucky, 2 baby human Bentleys, who knows? I look forward to more of our Sunday lunch breaks at Jersey Mike's and all of our future car rides, creeping on people's houses we can't afford. Just yet. Lexi, I vow to protect you, provide for you, keep trying to make you laugh as long as I live. You are truly what's beautiful in this world, and I love you so much.
So before these witnesses, you have pledged to be joined in marriage. You have now sealed the pledge with your wedding rings. Now by the power enthroned in me by this great state of South Carolina, I now pronounce you husband and wife. Kevin, you might kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, I now introduce to you Mr. and Mrs. Kevin Naughty.
Now, about half the room here was with us 5.5 months ago at my wedding. And y'all know I got some revenge to take out. But before I get to the revenge, let me just first talk about how I heard about Lexi and Kevin getting together. So my mom called me getting close to Thanksgiving time, and she was like, "Oh yeah, Kevin's got this nice girl named Lexi that he's bringing to Thanksgiving." I go, "Lexi, yeah, I've definitely met her, I think, once or twice, and heard about her." And she goes, "Yeah." And then he's just packing her up in his car and taking her to Charleston right after. I was like, wait a minute. Kidnapping is a crime. Graham, back me up. How many months in the federal prison could you get for something like that? He's a cop, by the way, in case you guys didn't know. Again, I wrote this before Kevin wrote his vows, I promise, but I do have one piece of advice for you too. When you have children, if you have more than one, make sure you give them different names, okay? Because that whole big one, little one's not going to be good for anybody's self-esteem. Cheers to Kevin and Lexi. Hope you guys have a good rest of your night.
It's all mine.